And the first question, as always, is how do you know this location?
I'm living in this location, and I live in the building where we're recording right now. I'm born here 20 minutes away from here in Gemert, but we're in Eindhoven right now at the Strijp-S area. But the funny part is, like, I think you can see it in the background, in the white building, that's where I started my company, the Art of Light, about 11 years ago. And the area is a kind of creative city center of Eindhoven. That's the reason why I love it, and I thought it should be good to record a session here. Yeah.
Sure, that's great. So when did you first start getting interested in lighting? And why was that? What kind of sparked your imagination?
I was interested in technical kind of stuff, at home we had some old radios, and I was connecting the speakers and the microphone and things together. But I thought, and I think also my parents in the beginning, that I was more focused on electronics. I started working at a local theater as a volunteer.
Okay.
And that was more for techniques, and also when I was at school I had a drive-in show with a friend of mine. So there was already more the focus to entertainment technology. I worked part-time with some rental companies. The village where I'm from, Gemert, that's also where Purple Group started. In that time I worked my way up with rental companies, and at a certain moment I started working with Purple Group, a full-time job, and yeah, that's how it started.
Tell me about the Art of Light, and when and how did the company start?
I started the company almost 11 years ago. I worked at that time for a few companies. I worked 2 times as a kind of freelancer. I had my own company. I had some gear in the past myself. At a certain moment, I was almost 30. I was thinking, what is it what I really want to do? I was a little bit done of working for a company, especially in the way with my creative freedom. I just want to explore my creativity and to do it the way I feel it has to be done, and not explaining someone who's my manager, this is what I want to do, and he's going to tell the clients how to do it. I feel it's really important, if you're working in the creative industry, that you talk directly with the people involved.
You've done really well in that, particularly in the EDM sector, where you've worked with some of the biggest names, like people like Armin van Buuren, Afrojack, Hardwell. I mean, was it did that kind of find you, or did you deliberately go in that direction, or was that a happy accident?
The Art of Light and EDM, it was, as you said, a happy coincidence. That one of the first clients, and still is a big client, is Armin van Buuren. I think I was kind of the first lighting designer traveling with a DJ. In that time Tiesto was traveling with a technician, but he took care of the lighting and video, and I just did lighting with Armin. There was a separate VJ. And that was a kind of unique and a change in the EDM industry as well, because at that point nobody was used to LDs who were coming by at festivals. It went that way. It was not a certain goal that because I'm more from the, before I started the Art of Light, I've worked with a Dutch rock band, Direct. Actually, I'm a little bit more from the rock and roll background than EDM background, but it happened. It was good, and it is still a good and interesting industry, which I really like. Actually, it all fell together quite well with the start of the Art of Light. I was involved with Armin van Buuren, So later on an Afrojack and a little bit more later an Hardwell.
I mean, I think also Armin's shows in particular, his big shows, are very theatrical. One of the things that you bring to the equation with the art of light is the combination of lighting techniques and treatments from all those different worlds, from theatre, from television and from live events.
And that's really nice to do, like to merge the different fields of work together in one design or in one show.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think you've got a nice cross section now, haven't you, of different work and different areas. And if you had to look back on your career and pick, you know, 2 or 3 memorable moments that stand out, what would those be? One
of them has a little bit of history before, is as a young kid, when I was maybe 7, 8 years old and continued till older, I watched like the Pink Pop Festival with my dad on television live. So that was a big thing for me. And about 15 years ago I was working with the Dutch rock band Direct, and they were performing at the Pink Pop Festival, which was already really exciting. And I was there programming, doing the changeover. We were playing in the tent, and 2 minutes before we were ready for the show, I looked up and looked around me, and the whole tent was filled with people. Which was kind of amazing. The other one was a really big show. Best of Armin Only was a kind of a recap of a couple tours we did. And it was in the Amsterdam Arena with a lot of gear, not that much time on location, but we did a lot of rehearsals and pre-programming in the studio. And my involvement creative-wise for the light design programming was quite big for that one. You recently worked in Romania on the Saga Festival, didn't you? Which is a brand new festival. Yeah.
You did the production lighting design on that. And what was it like being back with like real festival crowds again?
It felt really good to to be back on a festival and meet all the people there, which we missed like during the pandemic. All the people are kind of friends to me, or that's how it feels. The whole social network you have around your job is, it feels so good to have that back and see everybody again. What do you most enjoy about your work? I think my work has 2 sides. One side is like the social part, like meeting up with all the people people or friends, or how you want to call them, which you get to know the last years all around the world. That's a really exciting part, and the other side is of course my passion for the technical side, but also the creative side of creating a light show and making the right atmosphere, the right looks for certain songs, artists, what feels right for me personally. What are your hopes for 2022? I hope all the shows get back to the original dates, and that we know they're gonna happen, so we can make a schedule, proper plan, and so that the last minute shows are also a little bit done, that we can prepare everything well. Yeah, hopefully. Big fingers crossed, I think, for everything just being a bit more normal next year, and everybody having lots of work.